Welcome, dear friends, to a gentle journey through the lands between, a world as vast as it is mysterious, filled with whispers of ancient gods, forgotten lands, and timeless struggles. Tonight, we will drift through the serene beauty of Elden Ring, a realm where grace and loss intertwine beneath the light of the golden Erd tree. From the quiet steps of the tarnished, seeking purpose, to the soft glow of the stars above the great cliffs, each moment holds a story. As we explore this world, we'll encounter the legends of demigods, the shattering of the Elden Ring, and the calming yet haunting landscapes that breathe life into this land. Take a slow, deep breath, letting the stillness of this world wrap around you like a soft, warm blanket. Feel the tension in your body begin to fade as each word guides you deeper into the calm of the lands between. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Let us now step together into the world of Elden Ring, where every journey begins with a quiet breath and every mystery is bathed in the soft light of the stars. Fact 1. The Lands Between is a vast and mysterious world filled with a variety of landscapes, ranging from sweeping plains to towering cliffs. The land is a place of contrasts, calm and peaceful in some areas, with soft winds brushing across golden fields of grass, while in others, it's a land scarred by time, with ruins and remnants of ancient battles. The sheer beauty and scope of the world are breathtaking, inviting every traveler to pause and reflect. The world feels alive, breathing gently with every passing moment, each part waiting to be discovered, as if it too is on a journey of its own. Fact 2. At the heart of this realm lies the Erd tree, a massive glowing tree that towers over the landscape, its golden light radiating across the land. It is the symbol of life and power in the lands between, its roots deeply embedded in the soil, reaching out to all corners of the world. This grand tree represents the connection between all living things and serves as a reminder of the world's delicate balance. Its light casts a soft glow across the lands, offering warmth to those who wander beneath its branches, a peaceful and guiding presence amidst the darkness. Fact 3. The Greater Will, a mysterious force that influences the fate of all in the lands between, is present in every corner of the realm. It is said to shape the lives of the inhabitants, guiding them toward their destiny or challenging them to overcome the obstacles in their path. The Greater Will's touch is subtle, yet powerful, like a gentle breeze that nudges a leaf in a new direction. This force is felt by all, from the noblest of kings to the humblest of travelers. Its influence is a quiet, ever-present reminder of the world's unseen, mystical energies. Fact 4. The demigods, the powerful offspring of the gods, hold dominion over various regions within the lands between. Each demigod rules with grace, their influence shaping the land and the people who inhabit it. These figures are not mere rulers, but embodiments of divine power, each one connected to a unique aspect of the world. Their reigns are marked by beauty and wisdom, their actions influencing the lives of all they touch. Their divine nature is seen not only in their strength, but in their understanding of the balance between creation and destruction, life and death. Fact 5. The Elden Ring, once a symbol of unity and balance, was shattered, leaving behind pieces scattered across the world. This event, known as the Shattering, sent ripples throughout the lands between, changing the fabric of reality itself. The shards of the Elden Ring hold immense power, each one containing a fragment of the world's original order. The shattering is a quiet tragedy, one that has left a lingering sadness in the land. Yet, even in its broken state, the Elden Ring's remnants continue to shape the lives of the tarnished and the creatures that inhabit the world. Fact 6. The land is not without its dangers, as the forces of darkness and chaos lurk just beyond the peaceful horizons. In the quiet corners of the world, there are places where the shadows grow long, where ancient powers stir and seek to reclaim their lost dominion. Those areas, filled with eerie silence and a sense of foreboding, remind travelers of the thin veil between peace and conflict in the lands between. It is in these dark corners that the true test of will takes place, where the bravery of the tarnished is put to the ultimate trial. Fact 7. The landscapes of the lands between are as diverse as they are beautiful. Rolling hills give way to vast mist-covered valleys, where the air is thick with mystery. Towering cliffs rise up against the sky, their peaks shrouded in clouds, offering breathtaking views of the world below. The contrast between the bright golden plains and the dark, somber forests is striking, creating a landscape that feels alive and ever-changing. The beauty of the world is not just in its physical appearance, but in the way it evokes feelings of wonder and reflection as one journeys through it. Fact 8. The tarnished, the lost, and forgotten souls who have been exiled from grace are drawn back to the lands between by a mysterious force. They are tasked with seeking the shards of the Elden Ring and restoring the balance that was lost. The journey of the tarnished is one of quiet determination, each step marked by a sense of longing and self-discovery. They are bound by a sense of duty and fate, though the path is often unclear. Their quest is not only to recover the Elden Ring, but to find their own place in a world that has forgotten them. Fact 9. The relationship between the tarnished and the Erd tree is one of reverence and longing. The Erd tree, a symbol of divine power and life, is both a source of guidance and a distant dream for the tarnished. They are drawn to its light, hoping to find redemption and purpose beneath its golden branches. Yet the path to the Erd tree is not an easy one. It is a journey fraught with challenges, each step taking the tarnished deeper into the mysteries of the world. The Erd tree represents both the promise of hope and the harsh realities of the world they must navigate. Fact 10. The demigods each carry within them a part of the world's original divine will, and their actions are deeply entwined with the fate of the land. Some rule with wisdom, guiding their subjects with a gentle hand, while others fall prey to their own inner darkness, their reign marked by tragedy and destruction. Despite their power, the demigods are not invincible. Their struggle is one of balance, where their divine power is both a blessing and a curse. They are bound to the land, their lives tied to its fate, as they navigate the complex web of duty, power, and destiny. Fact 11. In the quiet heart of the lands between, where the land meets the horizon, the influence of the greater will is felt most strongly. The world pulses with its energy, guiding the flow of time and the lives of those within it. It is said that the greater will watches over all, its gaze ever steady, its will shaping the course of the world. The soft pull of its presence can be felt in every leaf that falls, every wave that crashes against the shore, and every whisper of wind that travels across the plains. It is a force that cannot be seen, but is always present, guiding the flow of the world in subtle, unseen ways. Fact 12. As the tarnished traverse the lands between, they encounter not only the remnants of ancient powers, but the quiet, subtle forces that shape the land itself. The world is full of forgotten places where time stands still and ancient spirits wander in search of purpose. These places, marked by their solitude, offer moments of reflection where the tarnished can pause and consider the deeper questions of life. It is in these quiet moments that the true essence of the lands between is revealed, an eternal dance between light and darkness, creation and decay, peace and conflict. Fact 13. The Elden Ring's influence reaches far beyond the realms of mortals, touching even the stars above. The sky, though vast and endless, is deeply connected to the fate of the world below. The constellations that twinkle in the heavens are said to represent the struggles and triumphs of those who dwell within the lands between. They are a reflection of the divine, a map that guides the tarnished on their journey. The stars offer a soft, reassuring light in the darkness, a reminder that even in the vast emptiness of the night, there is a purpose to every step taken. Fact 14. The deeper one ventures into the lands between, the more one is faced with the remnants of the past. Forgotten ruins and silent monuments stand as testaments to the civilizations that once thrived here. These places, weathered by time, offer glimpses into a world long lost, their stories hidden beneath layers of dust and decay. Yet even in their ruin, there is a beauty to be found, a quiet, serene beauty that speaks to the resilience of the world and the way in which it continues to grow and change, even in the face of loss. Fact 15. As the tarnished approach their final steps in the journey to restore the Elden Ring, they are confronted not just by external forces, but by their own inner struggles. The journey is as much about self discovery as it is about the restoration of the world. Along the way, the tarnished are forced to confront their past, their desires, and their fears. It is through these quiet moments of introspection that the true nature of the world is revealed, a place where the boundaries between light and dark, good and evil, are not always as clear as they seem. Fact 16. At the center of the lands between lies the Erd tree, a towering symbol of power and serenity. Its branches stretch high into the sky, glowing with a soft golden light, a beacon that can be seen from nearly every corner of the world. The Erd tree is not just a physical landmark, it embodies the heartbeat of the world itself. Its presence provides life to the lands, influencing the growth of plants, the flow of water, and the cycles of seasons. Its golden light nourishes the land below, offering peace and growth while reminding all of the delicate balance between creation and decay. Fact 17. The greater will, an enigmatic force, is often spoken of as the divine power that governs the destiny of the lands between. This influence manifests in subtle, quiet ways, shaping the actions and fates of those who live within its reach. The greater will is not a tyrant, but a guide, its will shaping the course of events and the flow of time. Its presence can be felt in the stillness of the land, in the whispers of the wind, and in the quiet moments of introspection. Those attuned to its power may feel its pull, gently guiding them along their paths. Fact 18. The connection between the Erd tree and the greater will is one of deep, spiritual significance. The Erd tree is said to be the physical manifestation of the greater will's divine presence, a link between the mortal realm and the higher powers that watch over it. The Erd tree's golden light is a reflection of the greater will's grace, nourishing the land and its inhabitants with its warmth and light. It serves as both a source of life and a reminder of the eternal, invisible forces that shape the world and guide its course through time. Fact 19. To the people of the lands between, the Erd tree represents both a source of divine power and a source of mystery. Its light, though calming and comforting, is also distant and unreachable. Some worship it, believing it to be the source of all life, while others seek to uncover the secrets hidden within its vast branches. It is a symbol of both hope and unattainable perfection, a reminder that while the world may offer guidance and warmth, it is also filled with unanswered questions and endless mysteries. The Erd tree stands as a beacon of both peace and longing. Fact 20. Beneath the shadow of the Erd tree, the land is filled with both serenity and strife. The light of the Erd tree casts a soft, golden glow across the world, nurturing life in its warm embrace. Yet this light also casts shadows, dark corners where conflict brews, and where the delicate balance of the world is threatened. The forces of darkness, though quiet and hidden, are ever present, and it is in these shadowed places that the true test of strength and will takes place. The Erd tree's light serves as a constant reminder of the fragile balance between light and dark. Fact 21. Throughout the lands between, the influence of the Erd tree is not just seen in the land's beauty, but felt deeply in the hearts of its inhabitants. Its divine light reaches into the very souls of those who walk beneath its branches, inspiring both reverence and ambition. The Erd tree is a symbol of potential, the possibility of growth, of transcendence. It is a reminder that even in a world scarred by the shattering, there is still hope for restoration, for healing, for the return to a state of grace. The Erd tree offers a gentle pull toward the divine, toward something greater than oneself. Fact 22. The tarnished, in their journey across the lands between, are often drawn toward the Erd tree as a source of guidance and purpose. For them, the Erd tree represents the divine power that they hope to reclaim, the light they wish to bring back to the world. Yet the path to the Erd tree is not simple. It is fraught with trials, with dark forces that seek to impede the tarnished's progress. The Erd tree's golden light may seem within reach, but it is veiled by challenges that test the resolve and spirit of all who seek it. Fact 23. As the tarnished draw closer to the Erd tree, they must confront not only the external dangers of the world, but also the internal struggles within themselves. The journey toward the Erd tree is one of self-discovery, a quiet reflection on what they are willing to sacrifice in order to achieve their goals. The Erd tree represents both the destination and the journey, a symbol of hope and fulfillment, yet also a reminder that the path to redemption is filled with hardship and trials. To reach the Erd tree is to come face to face with both one's greatest strengths and vulnerabilities. Fact 24. The fate of the lands between and the future of the tarnished are intertwined with the restoration of the Elden Ring. This powerful artifact, now shattered, once held the power to unify the land under the influence of the Erd tree. The shattering left the world in disarray, and the fragments of the Elden Ring now serve as the key to restoring balance. The tarnished, with their quiet determination, are drawn to these fragments, seeking to piece together the Elden Ring and restore the divine power of the Erd tree. Their journey is both personal and universal, a quest for redemption for both themselves and the world. Fact 25. As the Tarnished venture forth, they encounter many challenges, each one more complex than the last. These trials are not merely physical, they are also emotional and spiritual, tests of will and resolve. The lands between is a world that demands more than just strength. It requires wisdom, patience, and a deep understanding of the forces at play. The Tarnished must learn to navigate not just the physical landscape, but the subtle, hidden energies of the world. The journey is one of growth and transformation as the Tarnished evolve from lost souls to key players in the fate of the world. Fact 26. The shattering of the Elden Ring has left the world fractured, with pieces of the once great artifact scattered across the land. These fragments hold immense power, and each one is a key to restoring the balance that was lost. Yet the pieces are guarded by powerful foes and hidden in places of great danger. The Tarnished must seek out these fragments, not only to restore the Elden Ring, but to uncover the deeper mysteries of the world. The shards are more than just powerful artifacts. They are symbols of the land's fractured state, and each one represents a step toward healing. Fact 27. Throughout their journey, the Tarnished encounter not only foes and challenges, but also the lingering remnants of the world's former glory. Ancient ruins and forgotten temples dot the landscape, each one offering a glimpse into the past. These ruins are not just relics of a bygone age, but reminders of the world's potential, of what it once was, and what it could become again. The Tarnished must explore these sites, not just for their treasures, but for the wisdom hidden within their walls. The ruins serve as quiet teachers, offering insights into the nature of the world and the importance of balance. Fact 28. As the Tarnished draw closer to the final stages of their journey, they are faced with the ultimate question: what will they sacrifice to restore the Elden Ring? The power to heal the world comes at a cost, and the Tarnished must decide if they are willing to pay that price. The journey has already been one of immense personal sacrifice, but the final choice will determine the fate of the entire realm. The Tarnished must confront their deepest fears and desires, choosing between self-preservation and the greater good. The decision is not an easy one, and the weight of it presses heavily on their shoulders. Fact 29. The ultimate goal of the Tarnished is to restore the Elden Ring and bring balance back to the world. Yet this task is not simply one of collecting fragments or defeating powerful foes. It is about understanding the nature of the world and the forces that govern it. The Elden Ring, once whole, represented a perfect balance between light and dark, life and death. To restore it is to restore that balance, to heal the world's wounds and return it to a state of grace. The Tarnished's journey is not just about power, it is about wisdom, humility, and the quiet strength to make the right choice. Fact 30. The demigods are divine beings, born of the union between gods and mortals, each one embodying a different aspect of the world. Their influence over the lands between is profound, as they are the stewards of vast regions, wielding power that shapes the lives of the people who inhabit their lands. These beings are more than rulers. They are symbols of the delicate balance between divine power and human emotion. Their reigns reflect the harmony of the world, yet the weight of their power often brings with it great responsibility, and in some cases, profound tragedy. Fact 31. Each demigod carries within them a unique connection to the world, their powers tied to the very fabric of the land. For instance, Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, was a mighty warrior whose strength shaped the foundation of the Elden Ring. His legacy is one of courage and strength, but also of sacrifice. His reign was one marked by devotion to the greater will, yet the burden of leadership weighed heavily on him. The grace with which he ruled was tempered by the quiet understanding that power, while necessary, can often lead to unexpected consequences. Fact 32. Radagon, another powerful demigod, embodies a different kind of grace, marked by his connection to both light and darkness. His rule, intertwined with the goddess Marika, represents the union of opposing forces, light and shadow, creation and destruction. Radagon's legacy is one of transformation, both of the world and of the self. His power is drawn from the unity of these contrasts, reflecting the balance that exists between forces that seem, at first glance, to be at odds with each other. His reign is a quiet testament to the importance of unity and harmony, even in the face of adversity. Fact 33. Queen Marika, whose grace and wisdom shaped the spiritual heart of the lands between, stands as one of the most revered figures among the demigods. Her divine role is tied to the Erd tree itself, as she is the vessel through which the greater will's guidance flows into the land. She represents the nurturing aspect of divinity, offering protection and life to those who dwell under her care. Her reign, marked by both peace and conflict, embodies the quiet strength of motherhood and the deep wisdom that comes from understanding the land and the people she governs. Fact 34. Miquella, the child of Marika, is a figure who represents both hope and sorrow. Though young, Miquella carries the burden of immense power, destined to shape the future of the world. His grace is marked by a deep compassion for the suffering of others, and his goal is to heal the world's wounds, both physical and spiritual. Miquella's journey is one of selflessness, seeking to rid the world of its darkness. Yet despite his efforts, he is faced with the harsh realities of a world that is not easily healed, a reminder that even the purest intentions are tested. Fact 35. Renala, the queen of the full moon, is another demigod whose reign is defined by her grace and intelligence. As the head of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, she embodies the wisdom of the arcane, her power drawn from the moon itself. Renala's rule is one of quiet contemplation, where magic and knowledge are revered above all. She represents the pursuit of wisdom and the power of understanding, offering a sanctuary for those who seek enlightenment. Yet even in her wisdom, she is not immune to the burdens of leadership, as the pursuit of knowledge often brings unforeseen consequences. Fact 36. The demigods are not just figures of power, they are also reflections of the land's deeper emotional currents. Their grace is tied to their ability to understand and shape the world around them. Some of them, like Radagon and Marika, are embodiments of unity, while others, like Miquella and Renala, focus on the healing and growth of the world. Each demigod plays a role in the intricate dance that defines the lands between, shaping its past, present, and future. Their actions are not just about strength, they are about understanding the delicate balance of the world they govern. Fact 37. The grace of the demigods is often tested, not by external forces, but by the challenges they face within themselves. Their power, though immense, does not shield them from the complexities of the heart. The emotional burdens they carry from love to loss are as heavy as the physical challenges they encounter. In many ways, the demigods are a reflection of the world itself, both beautiful and flawed, powerful and vulnerable. Their journey is one of self discovery as they navigate the delicate balance between their divine responsibilities and their personal struggles, all while holding the fate of the world in their hands. Fact 38. The lands between is a place where the actions of the demigods ripple through time, their decisions leaving lasting impressions on the world. From the grandeur of their reigns to the quiet moments of reflection, the demigods embody the idea that grace is not just in power, but in the way one carries that power. The world remembers them not only for their strength, but for the grace with which they wielded it. Their stories, though filled with conflict and tragedy, are also filled with moments of deep reflection and introspection where the weight of their decisions is felt in every corner of the land. Fact 39. As the demigods continue to shape the world, they are also bound by the forces of fate and destiny. The greater will, with its silent guidance, influences their choices, yet they are also free to act according to their own desires. This tension between divine will and personal agency creates a dynamic and unpredictable world where the future is never certain. The grace of the demigods lies in their ability to navigate this tension, balancing their own desires with the larger forces at play in the world. It is in this dance between free will and destiny that their true strength is revealed. Fact 40. In the end, the demigods' grace is not defined by their power, but by the way they face the challenges of the world. Their journeys are marked by moments of triumph and loss, by the quiet strength they summon in the face of adversity. Their reigns may be marked by conflict, but it is in the quiet moments of introspection, when they reflect on their choices and their paths, that their true grace shines. The demigods are not just rulers, they are reflections of the world itself, embodying the beauty, complexity, and fragility of the lands between. Fact 41. The Elden Ring, once a symbol of harmony and divine power, is at the very heart of the lands between. It was the source of order, bringing balance to the world and shaping the destinies of all who dwelled within it. The Elden Ring was more than just an artifact. It was the framework that held the fabric of reality together. Its existence was woven into every blade of grass, every stone, and every soul that walked the land. It was the pulse of the world, sustaining life and dictating the course of history, but it was not without its flaws. Fact 42. The shattering of the Elden Ring is the event that fractured not only the artifact itself, but the entire world. The once unified force that had kept the lands between balanced was torn apart, leaving chaos in its wake. Its shards scattered across the land, each one containing a piece of the ring's power. The event marked a turning point where the world began to unravel, and the balance between light and darkness, creation and destruction was disturbed. This moment in history left a scar on the world, one that still lingers in every corner of the lands between. Fact 43. The shattering was not an accident. It was the result of a divine conflict, a struggle between powerful forces vying for control over the Elden Ring's power. The forces of the greater will, the celestial power that governs the world, were pitted against rebellious forces that sought to reshape reality. This struggle tore the Elden Ring apart, causing its light to fracture and disperse into the world. The once unified force now lay scattered, and with it, the power to heal the world and restore balance seemed forever lost. Yet the remnants of the Elden Ring still hold immense power, and some believe that its restoration is the key to saving the world. Fact 44. Each shard of the Elden Ring contains a fragment of its power, and those who seek these fragments are driven by the hope of restoring the ring's former glory. The shards are not only physical pieces, but also spiritual embodiments of the Elden Ring's essence. Each fragment represents a different aspect of the world's balance, from life to death, from light to dark. To collect these shards is to piece together not just an artifact, but the very foundation of reality itself. The quest for the Elden Ring is a journey that carries profound significance, not just for the tarnished, but for the entire world. Fact 45. The shards of the Elden Ring are not easily obtained. They are guarded by powerful beings, each one more formidable than the last. These guardians are not simply protectors, they are embodiments of the forces that shaped the world, their power tied to the very essence of the Elden Ring. The journey to recover the shards is fraught with danger, as the tarnished must face these ancient forces, each one testing their resolve and strength. The struggle is not just against external enemies, but also against the internal forces of doubt and fear that challenge the tarnished's will to succeed. Fact 46. The shattering of the Elden Ring left the lands between in a state of uncertainty. Once a realm of divine order, the land now teeters on the edge of chaos. The power that once flowed freely from the Elden Ring is now fractured, and with it, the natural balance of the world has been disturbed. The earth itself seems to mourn the loss, as rivers slow, plants wither, and creatures wander aimlessly. Yet amid the destruction, there are those who seek to restore what was lost, believing that the Elden Ring's power can still heal the land and restore harmony. Fact 47. The Elden Ring was not simply a tool of power, it was a guiding force that shaped the lives of those who lived under its light. Its shattering left a void that many struggle to understand. The once divine rulers, the demigods, now face a world where their power is no longer guaranteed. The land is in disarray, and the forces that once held the world together are now scattered. For those who seek the Elden Ring's restoration, it is not just a quest for power, it is a quest for meaning, for the return of the divine order that once shaped their existence. Fact 48. The shattering of the Elden Ring also marks the fall of many once great powers. The demigods, whose reigns were once assured, now find themselves struggling for control in a fractured world. Their divine influence is no longer as potent as it once was, and many are left scrambling to maintain their power. The balance that the Elden Ring once provided is now lost, and in its place is a world filled with chaos and uncertainty. Yet in this broken world, there is still hope. The restoration of the Elden Ring could return balance to the land, but it is a task that requires great sacrifice. Fact 49. The Elden Ring's shattering is also a reminder of the fragile nature of power. Even the mightiest of forces can be torn apart, and even the most divine of creations can be broken. The Elden Ring, a symbol of unity and balance, now lies in pieces, scattered across the world. Its destruction is a tragic event, but it is also a lesson in the impermanence of power. The world must now find a way to rebuild, not just physically, but spiritually, as the forces that once held everything together are no longer intact. The task of restoration is daunting, but not impossible. Fact 50: in the aftermath of the shattering, the land is left to heal, though this healing is slow and uncertain. The power of the Elden Ring, while fragmented, still holds the potential to restore balance to the world. The search for the fragments is not just about recovering power, it is about reclaiming hope. The world is broken, but there are those who believe that by restoring the Elden Ring, they can heal the wounds of the past and return the land to a state of grace. The journey is long and the path is filled with peril, but the possibility of renewal is always within reach. Fact 51: as the Tarnished venture forth in their quest to restore the Elden Ring, they are reminded that the path to healing is never easy. The shards they seek are not just pieces of an artifact, they are symbols of the world's brokenness. Each step toward their restoration is a step toward understanding the nature of the world, its fragility, and its potential for rebirth. The Elden Ring's shattering may have torn the world apart, but it also opened the door to new possibilities. The journey to restore it is a journey of transformation, both for the Tarnished and for the world itself. Fact 52: the restoration of the Elden Ring is a task that requires not only strength, but wisdom. The journey is one of discovery, as the Tarnished must learn the true nature of the Elden Ring's power and the forces that shape the world. The Elden Ring was not just a source of power, it was a symbol of the balance that the world once held. To restore it is to restore that balance, to heal the world's wounds, and bring peace to a land that has known only conflict and destruction. The quest for the Elden Ring is a quest for understanding, for redemption, and for the return of harmony to the world. Fact 53: the landscape of the lands between is an ever-changing tapestry of awe-inspiring features, with towering cliffs and misty valleys that stretch endlessly across the horizon. The cliffs, steep and imposing, rise like sentinels guarding the world's mysteries. Their jagged edges catch the fading light of dusk, casting long shadows that stretch across the land. The valleys below are often shrouded in mist, a soft blanket that gives the landscape a dreamlike quality. The air is thick with the scent of earth and stone, and the wind whispers secrets carried from the highest peaks down into the quiet depths. Fact 54: the great cliffs of the lands between are not just geographic features, they are symbols of the challenges that await those who seek to traverse them. These towering formations represent the obstacles that stand between the Tarnished and their ultimate goal. Yet these cliffs are not only a source of danger, they also hold moments of quiet beauty. As the sun sets, the cliffs glow with a soft golden light, and the valleys below come alive with the sounds of nature. In these moments, the land feels at peace, as if the world itself is taking a deep breath. Fact 55: beneath the cliffs lie the mist-covered valleys, which are some of the most mysterious and tranquil areas in the lands between. The mist creates an ethereal atmosphere where every step feels suspended in time. The silence of these valleys is profound, broken only by the soft rustling of leaves or the distant call of a bird. The air is cool and heavy with moisture, and the ground is often damp beneath your feet. These valleys serve as both a place of rest and reflection, offering a quiet reprieve from the dangers that lurk in the more rugged parts of the world. Fact 56: the valleys of the lands between are not only tranquil, but also hold many secrets. Ancient ruins dot the landscape, overgrown with moss and vines, their once grand structures now crumbling and forgotten. These ruins, though silent, speak of a time long past, offering clues to the history of the world and the civilizations that once thrived here. As the tarnished journey through these misty valleys, they find themselves surrounded by remnants of an era that has faded into obscurity. Yet these ruins are not just relics of the past, they are pieces of a puzzle that, when put together, may reveal the truth about the Elden Ring. Fact 57: the mist that blankets the valleys is more than just a physical presence, it carries with it an aura of mystery and magic. It is said that the mist holds the whispers of the past, the memories of those who once walked these lands. As you walk through the fog, it feels as though the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. The mist seems to shift and change, sometimes thick and impenetrable, other times light and ethereal. It is a reminder that the lands are alive, and that the journey through them is one of discovery and transformation. Fact 58: the Great Cliffs and Misty Valleys are not only home to natural beauty, but also to a variety of creatures that have adapted to the unique environment. In the valleys, you might encounter gentle creatures that move through the mist with quiet grace, their movements barely disturbing the air. These creatures, though often elusive, are an essential part of the ecosystem, playing a role in the delicate balance of life in the lands between. The cliffs, on the other hand, are home to more formidable creatures, beasts that have learned to survive in the harshest of conditions, their power reflected in the unforgiving landscape. Fact 59: despite the beauty of the valleys and cliffs, there is an undeniable tension in the air. The land, though stunning, is also filled with a sense of foreboding. The cliffs, towering and inaccessible, seem to watch over the world with an almost sentient presence. The mist, while soothing, also hides dangers that are not immediately visible. The valleys, though peaceful, are sometimes the sites of hidden conflicts or ancient curses that linger in the air. The balance between serenity and danger is delicate, and it is this very contrast that gives the land its haunting beauty. Fact 60: as the tarnished continue their journey through the misty valleys and along the great cliffs, they are reminded that the land is both a place of solace and a place of challenge. The peaceful beauty of the valleys offers moments of rest and introspection, but the towering cliffs and shadowy depths serve as reminders of the obstacles that lie ahead. These landscapes, filled with both quiet beauty and lurking danger, mirror the inner journey of the tarnished as they navigate their own struggles and seek their place in a world that is as beautiful as it is treacherous. Fact 61: the great cliffs of the lands between are also home to some of the world's most ancient and sacred sites. These high altitudes are often the locations of temples, shrines, and other places of worship that have stood for centuries. Though weathered by time, those structures still hold an air of reverence, their once pristine surfaces now worn and eroded by the elements. These sites are not only spiritual in nature, but are also deeply connected to the history of the Elden Ring. They serve as quiet reminders of the divine presence that once guided the world, offering a sense of continuity in a world that has been shattered. Fact 62: the mist that veils the valleys is said to be the result of ancient magic, a remnant of a time when the Elden Ring was whole. This magic, though subtle, still lingers in the land, infusing the air with an ethereal quality. It is believed that the mist holds a deep connection to the divine, a soft link between the mortal world and the forces that govern it. Those who journey through the mist may feel as though they are walking between worlds, their steps carrying them deeper into the mysteries of the lands between. Fact 63: the Great Cliffs and Misty Valleys are not just a backdrop for the Tarnished's journey, they are integral to the story of the Elden Ring. The land itself holds the answers to the questions the Tarnished seek to answer. The cliffs, with their imposing presence, are a metaphor for the challenges the Tarnished must face, tall, unyielding, and seemingly impossible to scale. The valleys, with their quiet beauty, represent the moments of introspection and reflection that must accompany every hero's journey. The balance between the two is a reflection of the balance that must be struck in the Tarnished's quest to restore the Elden Ring. Fact 64: deep within the forgotten corners of the lands between lies the Crucible, a place of ancient power and forgotten purpose. The Crucible, once a grand and sacred site, is now a ruin, its original function lost to time. What remains is a silent testament to a bygone era where divine forces and mortal beings once clashed in a battle for control. The air around the Crucible is thick with mystery, as if the very stones themselves remember the events that transpired here. The atmosphere is heavy with the echoes of the past, a reminder that even in destruction, there is a form of preservation. Fact 65: the Crucible is not only a physical location, but also a symbolic one. It represents the struggle between order and chaos, light and dark, a battleground for forces much greater than the mortals who walk the earth. In the past, it was a place where the most powerful beings came to test their might, where their fates were decided in moments of divine conflict. Now, it stands as a quiet reminder of what once was, a place where the boundaries between the celestial and the earthly were blurred, where the fate of the world was once determined by the clash of gods and mortals. Fact 66: though the Crucible lies in ruins, its influence can still be felt throughout the lands between. The power that once radiated from this sacred place has left its mark on the surrounding lands, infusing the very earth with a lingering sense of strength and ancient magic. The creatures that roam near the Crucible are often infused with a strange energy, their movements unpredictable and wild, as though they are still connected to the ancient forces that once defined the land. Even in decay, the Crucible continues to shape the world around it, a testament to the enduring power of the past. Fact 67: beyond the Crucible, the Forgotten Lands stretch out into a realm where time seems to stand still. Those lands, once vibrant with life and activity, are now abandoned and forsaken, their beauty marred by the ravages of time and conflict. The ruins that dot this desolate landscape are silent, their stories waiting to be uncovered. The Forgotten Lands hold secrets that are not easily revealed, secrets that speak of a time when the Elden Ring was whole and the world was governed by divine order. Now those secrets are buried beneath layers of earth and stone, waiting for the right soul to uncover them. Fact 68: the Forgotten Lands are not just physical spaces, they are emotional landscapes as well. Those areas, steeped in silence and solitude, evoke a sense of loss and yearning. The very air seems to carry the weight of history, a reminder of all that has been lost in the wake of the Elden Ring's shattering. The once great civilizations that flourished in these lands are now only memories, their achievements reduced to dust. Yet in the stillness of these forgotten places, there is a quiet beauty, a solemn grace that speaks to the resilience of the land, even in the face of devastation. Fact 69. Despite the somber tone of the forgotten lands, there's a sense of quiet redemption in their ruins. The very act of rebuilding, of uncovering the past, holds the promise of renewal. These lands, though scarred by time, still offer hope to those who seek it. The tarnished, in their journey through these lands, are not just retracing the steps of the past, they are also laying the groundwork for the future. The forgotten lands are not just places of mourning, they are places of potential where the seeds of rebirth can take root, nurtured by the efforts of those who dare to venture through them. Fact 70. The creatures that inhabit the forgotten lands have adapted to their environment in ways that reflect the harshness and beauty of the world. These beings are often solitary, roaming the desolate expanse in search of sustenance. Their movements are cautious, as if aware of the fragility of their existence in such a harsh, unforgiving world. Some creatures are corrupted by the power that once emanated from the crucible, their forms twisted and their minds lost to the ancient forces that still linger in the land. These creatures, though dangerous, are also a reminder of the strength that the world once held and the fragility it now faces. Fact 71. In the forgotten lands, the remnants of the old world can be found in the form of forgotten temples and sacred shrines. These structures, though weathered and eroded, still hold a sense of reverence. The faded carvings and crumbled stones tell the story of a time when these places were at the center of spiritual life in the lands between. Though the worshippers have long since gone, the sanctity of these sites endures. The air around them is thick with the weight of history, and the tarnished may feel a sense of awe as they walk through these silent, sacred halls. Fact 72. The land around the crucible and the forgotten regions is marked by strange, unexplainable phenomena. These anomalies are remnants of the divine conflict that took place in this once sacred space. Some areas are distorted, their very nature twisted by the forces that once collided here. Time itself seems to warp in these spaces, with the past and present merging into a surreal, dreamlike existence. The mist that hangs over the landscape seems to carry the weight of these anomalies, as if the very air is charged with the lingering power of the gods that once fought for control of the world. Fact 73. The forgotten lands, despite their desolation, still hold the promise of discovery. The ruins that dot the landscape are filled with treasures and artifacts, remnants of the great civilizations that once thrived here. These items are not just relics, they are keys to understanding the world's past and perhaps its future. The tarnished who venture into these lands are not just searching for power, they are searching for truth. Each artifact, each ruin, each piece of forgotten history brings them closer to understanding the true nature of the Elden Ring and the forces that shaped the world they now seek to restore. Fact 74. The Forgotten Lands are a place of deep reflection where the tarnished can connect with the land's ancient past. As they wander through the ruins, they are reminded of the world that once existed before the Elden Ring was shattered. The remnants of this past are not just physical structures, they are emotional and spiritual touchstones, reminding the tarnished of the long road they have traveled and the road that still lies ahead. The land itself speaks to those who listen closely, offering whispers of guidance, of lessons learned, and of wisdom that has been passed down through the ages. Fact 75. In the end, the Forgotten Lands are not merely a backdrop for the Tarnished's journey, they are an integral part of the story of the Elden Ring. The ruins, the anomalies, the strange creatures, and the remnants of the past all serve as reminders of the world's fragility and potential. These lands hold the secrets to restoring the Elden Ring and bringing balance back to the world. As the tarnished walk through these silent places, they are not just uncovering the past, they are uncovering the future. The forgotten lands may be abandoned, but they are far from empty. They are filled with the echoes of a time that could one day be reborn. Fact 76. Beyond the physical borders of the lands between lie the outer worlds, places that exist outside the boundaries of mortal understanding. These realms are veiled in mystery, places where reality itself seems to bend and twist. It is said that the boundaries between the realms are thin here, and those who are attuned to the divine forces can slip between them, passing through layers of existence that ordinary mortals cannot perceive. The atmosphere in these realms is ethereal, filled with an otherworldly energy that pulses gently beneath the surface, as if the very air is alive with unseen forces. Fact 77. The outer worlds are not empty. They are inhabited by beings both divine and otherworldly, entities that exist beyond the mortal coil. These beings are often shrouded in mist, their true forms hidden from the eye. Some are benevolent, offering guidance to those who seek the truth, while others are more elusive, their motives unclear. The creatures of these realms are as mysterious as the lands themselves, their presence a reminder of the vastness of the universe and the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the lands between. They are the guardians of knowledge, keepers of the secrets that mortal minds can barely comprehend. Fact 78. It is within these realms that the tarnished may glimpse the true power of the Elden Ring. While the fragments of the Elden Ring lie scattered throughout the lands between, its true essence exists beyond the mortal realm, within the outer worlds. The power that once held the world together is not gone. It simply resides in places that cannot be easily reached. To understand the true nature of the Elden Ring, one must venture beyond the physical world, crossing the threshold into these higher realms where the boundaries of existence are fluid and where time itself seems to lose its meaning. Fact 79. The realms beyond the lands between are places of wonder, but they are also places of great danger. These are not realms that can be explored carelessly, for they are governed by laws that mortal beings cannot easily comprehend. The beings that dwell here are not constrained by the same rules of existence as those in the mortal world. They can bend and twist reality, creating illusions or shifting the very fabric of the land. The tarnished, should they seek to enter these realms, must tread carefully, for the cost of misstep is often too high to bear. Fact 80. One of the most striking features of the outer worlds is their shifting, fluid nature. These realms are not static, they are in constant flux, evolving and changing with each passing moment. The landscape is ever changing, with new paths appearing where none existed before, and old ones vanishing into thin air. Time does not flow as it does in the mortal world. Seconds stretch into eternities, and moments collapse into fleeting seconds. Those who enter these realms may find themselves disoriented, unable to distinguish past from present, as the rules of reality are rewritten with each breath they take. Fact 81: the outer worlds, while filled with uncertainty, also hold the promise of enlightenment. It is in these higher realms that the tarnished can discover the true meaning of the Elden Ring, understanding not just its power, but its purpose. These realms are places of knowledge, where the divine forces that shape the world reveal their deepest secrets to those who are worthy. The tarnished, through their journey across the outer worlds, may learn to see beyond the surface of the physical world, understanding the deeper truths that govern all things. It is here that true enlightenment can be found. Fact 82: the beings of the outer worlds are not always welcoming, for they are creatures of the divine, far beyond the understanding of mortal minds. Some may offer guidance, while others may challenge those who seek to cross their realms. The test of the tarnished is not just in their ability to navigate these strange and shifting lands, but in their ability to comprehend the forces that rule them. The spiritual journey to the outer worlds is as much about inner transformation as it is about exploring the unknown. Those who succeed in crossing these realms emerge changed, with a deeper understanding of the world and themselves. Fact 83: the outer worlds serve as a reminder of the vastness of existence. The lands between may feel like the center of the world, but they are only a small piece of a much larger puzzle. The realms beyond are a reflection of the infinite nature of reality, where the limitations of the physical world do not apply. In these realms, the tarnished are reminded of their place in the universe, both small and significant at the same time. They are not the center of existence, but their journey through these realms gives them a glimpse into the boundless potential of the world beyond. Fact 84: in the outer worlds, the concept of time is malleable. The past, present, and future blur into one, creating a landscape where the tarnished can encounter their own memories, their hopes, and even their fears. It is a place where self reflection is inevitable, where every step forward may lead to a deeper understanding of one's purpose. The mysteries of the Elden Ring are tied to these temporal distortions, and in these realms, the tarnished can find the answers they seek. The true power of the Elden Ring, it seems, is not just in its restoration, but in the wisdom it imparts to those who dare to seek it. Fact 85: the outer worlds are also a place of profound solitude. Though they are filled with strange and otherworldly beings, they are also empty in a way that the physical world is not. The silence of these realms is profound, broken only by the whispers of forgotten gods and the soft hum of energy that flows beneath the surface. It is in this solitude that the tarnished must confront their deepest fears and desires, for there are no distractions here. The stillness is a reflection of the internal journey that must take place in order to understand the true meaning of their quest. Fact 86: the landscapes of the outer worlds are unlike anything seen in the mortal realm. Here, the very fabric of reality shifts and bends in ways that defy logic. The sky may twist into strange patterns, or the ground may ripple like water. Colors exist in hues that are foreign to the eye, and the air vibrates with an energy that feels both alien and familiar. The laws of physics seem to unravel here, and the sense of wonder and danger is ever present. The beauty of these realms is surreal, an otherworldly elegance that captivates and mystifies in equal measure. Fact 87. The connection between the lands between and the outer worlds is a delicate one, a link that is at once tenuous and unbreakable. The Elden Ring's shattering sent ripples through both realms, creating an unstable balance that has yet to be restored. The forces that govern the outer worlds are ancient and unfathomable, but they are intrinsically tied to the events unfolding in the lands between. The Tarnished, in their search for the Elden Ring's fragments, are also seeking to restore the connection between these realms, understanding that the power to heal the world lies not only within the physical world, but also within the spiritual realms that surround it. Fact 88. The tarnished are souls who have been cast aside, forgotten by the divine powers that once guided them. Yet in their exile, they carry a quiet strength, a determination that drives them to seek redemption. Their journey is not just one of physical trials, but also an internal battle, a quest to rediscover their purpose in a world that has abandoned them. The tarnished walk a solitary path, guided by the faint light of the Erd tree, which calls them back to the lands between. Though they are lost, they are not without hope, for the Setsu's journey they undertake is one of self-discovery. Fact 89. The struggles of the tarnished are not always visible to others, as their journey is one of quiet perseverance. They do not seek fame or recognition, but rather redemption and renewal. Their struggles are deeply personal, tied to their past transgressions and the weight of their exile. As they venture across the lands between, they are constantly confronted by their own doubts and fears, the memories of a time when they were cast aside. The tarnished must confront their own weaknesses, acknowledging their past while striving for a future where they can reclaim their place in the world. Fact 90. The journey of the tarnished is also one of sacrifice. The path they walk is not an easy one, and every step forward comes at a cost. They are forced to make choices that test their values and challenge their resolve. The struggle is not only against external forces, but also against the inner turmoil that threatens to break them. As they search for the fragments of the Elden Ring, the tarnished must grapple with their own sense of worth and their need to prove themselves. It is through these trials that they will ultimately discover who they are meant to be. Fact 91. The tarnished may appear to be solitary figures, but their struggles are not theirs alone. They are bound by a shared purpose, a desire to restore balance to the world and heal the wounds left by the shattering of the Elden Ring. Along the way, the tarnished encounter others who, though different in their origins, share similar burdens. The paths they walk may diverge, but the journey toward redemption and restoration is one that they must all undertake. In this way, the tarnished are not truly alone. They are part of a larger story, one that transcends the boundaries of their individual quests. Fact 92. Throughout their journey, the tarnished face constant trials, not just of strength, but of will. They must contend with powerful enemies, treacherous landscapes, and forces that seem beyond their control. Yet, it is the quiet struggles, the moments of self-doubt and internal conflict that often prove to be the most difficult to overcome. The world may be full of monsters and dangers, but it is the battle within that truly tests the tarnished's resolve. In the face of overwhelming odds, the tarnished must find the strength to keep moving forward, even when it seems that all is lost. Fact 93. The Tarnished's journey is marked by small victories and moments of introspection as they slowly uncover the mysteries of the Elden Ring and their own purpose. These moments are not grand triumphs, but quiet revelations, whispers of truth that guide them toward their ultimate goal. Each fragment of the Elden Ring they find brings them closer to restoring the balance of the world, but also to understanding the true nature of their exile. The journey is as much about healing their own wounds as it is about mending the world's brokenness. In every quiet step, they grow stronger and wiser. Fact 94. As the Tarnished journey deeper into the heart of the lands between, they are faced with increasingly difficult choices. The path ahead is fraught with danger, and the stakes are higher than ever. Yet the Tarnished are not defined by the battles they fight, but by the decisions they make. Every choice they make carries weight, for it is through these choices that they shape their destiny. The Tarnished are not simply wandering through the world, they are crafting their own story, one step at a time. In the end, it is the choices they make that will determine their fate. Fact 95. The Tarnished's quiet struggles are also a journey of transformation. What begins as a search for redemption gradually becomes a quest for self realization. As they traverse the vast and treacherous lands, they are forced to confront not only the external forces that oppose them, but also the inner turmoil that defines their past. The Tarnished are not the same person they were when they first set out. Through their trials, they have grown, learning more about themselves and the world with each passing day. Their journey is one of profound change as they transform from exiled souls to heroes of their own making. Fact 96. The Tarnished's journey is a deeply spiritual one. Though they are cast out from the divine light of the Erd Tree, they are not abandoned. The land itself, with its ancient power and hidden mysteries, offers guidance to those who seek it. The Tarnished may not always understand the forces at work, but they feel the pull of the world around them, the quiet call to restore what has been lost. Their journey is a pilgrimage, a search for truth and understanding, as they uncover the forgotten lore of the Elden Ring and the deeper meaning of their existence in the world. Fact 97. The trials of the Tarnished are a reflection of the trials of the world itself. Just as the lands between has been shattered by the Elden Ring's destruction, so too are the Tarnished fragmented, lost, and broken. Yet in their search for the fragments of the Elden Ring, they are also searching for themselves. The quest to restore the Elden Ring is not just a quest to heal the world, it is a quest to heal the Tarnished, to mend the broken pieces of their own souls. In this way, the Tarnished's journey is both personal and universal, a reflection of the world's own need for restoration. Fact 98. The Tarnished are not simply wandering through the lands between, they are part of the land's living history. Each step they take, each battle they fight, is a part of the story that the world is telling. They are not passive observers of the world, they are active participants in the shaping of its future. The world may seem vast and unyielding, but the Tarnished's actions have the power to change its course. In every choice they make, they leave their mark on the world, carving out their place in the history of the Elden Ring, ensuring that their journey will never be forgotten. Fact 99. The Elden Lords, those who once wielded the divine power of the Elden Ring, are figures of immense grace, power, and wisdom. Their reigns, marked by beauty and strength, shaped the very essence of the lands between. These lords were not simply rulers, they were the embodiment of divine will, their actions and decisions guiding the fate of the world. Yet their grace was not without its challenges. Each Elden Lord was faced with trials that tested their strength, their wisdom, and their very souls. It is in these quiet moments of struggle that their true power was revealed. Fact 100. Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, is a figure whose legacy echoes throughout the lands between. His rule was defined by his unyielding strength, his leadership guiding the land through its early days of formation. Godfrey's grace was seen in his ability to balance power with humility, his strength tempered by a deep sense of duty. He was not a ruler who sought glory for himself, but rather one who sought to protect the land and its people. His reign was one of stability, a time when the world was held together by his quiet, unwavering presence. Fact 101. Radagon, the second Elden Lord, embodies the grace of transformation. His rule was marked by a blending of opposites. His connection to both the divine and the mortal world gave him a unique perspective on power. Radagon's journey was one of constant change, from his initial role as a powerful god to his eventual union with Marika. His reign, though brief, was one of profound transformation as he sought to bring balance to the chaos of the world. Radagon's grace was in his ability to adapt, to evolve, and to guide the world through times of turbulence and uncertainty. Fact 102. Queen Marika, the Eternal, is perhaps the most revered of the Elden Lords, embodying both the nurturing grace of a mother and the fierce determination of a ruler. Her reign was one of balance, where the divine will of the Elden Ring was expressed through her leadership. Marika's grace was in her ability to maintain harmony, to bring people together despite the forces of chaos that threatened to tear the world apart. Yet her story is also marked by great sacrifice, as she gave everything for the sake of her kingdom, even when faced with the breaking of the Elden Ring. Fact 103. Miquella, Marika's child, represents the grace of compassion. Though young, Miquella carried the burden of the Elden Ring's divine power, seeking to heal the world's wounds and restore what had been lost. His journey was marked by a quiet, unyielding determination to create a world free from suffering. Miquella's grace lay in his deep empathy for the pain of others and his desire to bring about a world where peace and healing could flourish. His path was not without hardship, but through his efforts, he embodied the idea that grace is not just strength, it is kindness, understanding, and healing. Sagi 104. Renala, the queen of the full moon, ruled over the academy of Raya Lucaria, a place of immense knowledge and wisdom. Her grace was in her intellectual prowess and her ability to guide those who sought knowledge. Renala's reign was one of enlightenment, where magic and understanding flourished. Yet her story is also one of tragedy, as she was ultimately betrayed by those she trusted. Despite this, her grace remained intact. She continued to impart wisdom to those who sought it, proving that grace is not just in power, but in the quiet strength to endure and teach even after suffering. Fact 25. The Elden Lords were not immune to the forces of chaos that sought to destabilize the world. Each of them faced trials that tested their grace in ways that were often unseen. These trials were not just external, but internal struggles that challenged their beliefs and their very essence. The grace of the Elden Lords was in their ability to face these challenges, to rise above the turmoil and to lead with wisdom and strength. Their journeys were marked by both triumph and tragedy, but through it all, they maintained their grace, serving as a beacon of hope for the people of the lands between. Fact 106: the Elden Lords, though divine in their power, were also deeply connected to the land they ruled. Their grace was not just in their actions, but in their ability to understand the land's needs and to guide it toward prosperity. They were not distant figures, removed from the struggles of the world. They were intimately connected to the world, shaping its fate with every decision they made. Their grace was rooted in this deep connection, in their understanding of the land's rhythm and pulse. To be an Elden Lord was not just to wield power, it was to be one with the world itself. Fact 107: the grace of the Elden Lords extended beyond their reigns. It influenced the generations that followed them. Their actions, their decisions, and their very essence left an indelible mark on the world, shaping the future in ways that were not immediately apparent. The legacy of their grace continues to echo throughout the lands between, as their teachings and their power remain alive in the hearts of those who follow. Though their reigns may have ended, their influence persists, reminding all who walk the land that grace is not just a moment in time. It is a lasting force that shapes the world for generations to come. Fact 108: in the aftermath of the shattering, the Elden Lord's grace remained a source of inspiration and guidance for the tarnished. As these lost souls search for the fragments of the Elden Ring, they are drawn not only to the power of the ring itself, but to the ideals that the Elden Lords embodied. The tarnished, in their quest, are seeking more than just fragments. They are seeking the grace that defined the Elden Lords. In this way, the tarnished's journey is not just about power. It is about finding their own grace, a grace that will guide them through the darkness and into the light. Fact 109: the Elden Lords, in their divine grace, also understood the fragility of their power. They were acutely aware of the delicate balance that kept the world in harmony, and they ruled with a deep respect for the forces that shaped the land. Their grace was not just in their strength, but in their humility, their ability to recognize the importance of balance and to lead with care. The world they ruled was not one of unchallenged domination, but one of careful stewardship, where their power was tempered by wisdom and a deep understanding of the consequences of their actions. Fact 110: the lands between is steeped in ancient myths, each one telling a story of divine beings, forgotten powers, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. These myths, passed down through generations, hold the keys to understanding the world's deepest truths. Yet they are not just stories, they are reflections of the land itself, echoing the struggles of its people and the divine forces that once shaped it. The myths are as varied as the world they describe, ranging from tales of heroic deeds to tragic fallings, each one offering a piece of the puzzle that is that Elden Ring. Fact 111: one of the most enduring myths of the lands between is that of the Great Tree, which is said to have once reached up to the heavens, its branches touching the divine. This myth tells of a time when the world was unified under the glow of the Elden Ring, and the Great Tree served as a conduit between the mortal realm and the divine. The story of the Great Tree is one of hopes and loss, a symbol of the harmony that once existed in the world, and a reminder of the fragility of such harmony. Fact 112: The myth of the Eternal Queen is another ancient tale that continues to captivate the hearts of the people. It speaks of a queen who ruled over the land with wisdom and grace, her power tied to the forces of nature and the very life force of the world. The queen's reign was one of peace, her love for her people reflected in the prosperity of the land. However, the myth also speaks of her tragic fall, as her love for the world was ultimately her undoing. This story serves as a reminder of the costs of great power and the sacrifices that come with leadership. Fact 113. The stories of the demigods are also part of the land's rich tapestry of myths, with each one offering a glimpse into the divine power that once shaped the world. These tales are filled with both grandeur and tragedy, as the demigods are both revered and feared by those who walk the land. Some of the myths tell of their noble deeds, while others speak of their fall from grace. In these stories, the demigods are not just figures of power, they are also reflections of the human condition, embodying the flaws and virtues that exist within all of us. Fact 114. Another prominent myth is that of the Shattered Ring, a tale that recounts the moment when the Elden Ring was broken into pieces, scattering its fragments across the land. This myth speaks of the world's descent into chaos, the delicate balance that was lost, and the search for the pieces that could restore harmony. It is a story of both loss and hope, a reminder that even in the face of destruction, there is a chance for renewal. The myth of the Shattered Ring is one of the most enduring, for it echoes the struggles of the tarnished who seek to restore the Elden Ring. Fact 115. The myth of the Silver Star is a story of an ancient celestial being who once descended to the lands between, bringing with it a gift of great power. The Silver Star is said to have been a symbol of hope and guidance, a celestial light that shone through the darkness. However, the myth also tells of the star's disappearance, leaving behind only its memory. The Silver Star represents the fleeting nature of divine intervention, and the myth speaks to the longing for a time when the divine presence was more tangible, guiding the people with a steady, unyielding light. Fact 116. In addition to the myths, the lands are also filled with fables that reflect the beliefs and values of the people who inhabit them. These fables often carry moral lessons, teaching the importance of courage, sacrifice, and wisdom. One such fable tells of a humble farmer who, through great sacrifice, is able to save his village from destruction. The story of the farmer is one of quiet heroism, showing that true strength lies not in power, but in the willingness to act for the greater good. These fables, though simple, offer profound insights into the nature of heroism and selflessness. Fact 117. The myth of the Hollow King is one of the darkest tales in the lands between, recounting the rise of a ruler who sought power above all else. The Hollow King is said to have once been a great leader, beloved by his people. However, his obsession with immortality led him to make a pact with dark forces, ultimately transforming him into a hollow shell of his former self. This tale serves as a warning, a reminder that the pursuit of power without understanding the cost can lead to destruction. The Hollow King's fall is both tragic and inevitable, illustrating the dangers of unchecked ambition. Fact 118. The myth of the Starlight Harbinger is another story that speaks to the forces of balance and the cycles of the world. The Starlight Harbinger is said to be a being of immense power, capable of both great creation and destruction. This myth tells of a time when the Harbinger's light was a beacon of hope, but as time passed, the Harbinger's power grew too great to control. The tale of the Starlight Harbinger is one of caution, reminding the people of the importance of balance and the dangers of harnessing power beyond one's ability to control it. Fact 119: the myth of the Silent Watcher tells the story of a mysterious figure who roams the lands, observing the events that unfold but never intervening. The Silent Watcher is said to be a being of great wisdom, one who understands the deeper workings of the world and its hidden truths. However, the Watcher's silence is both a gift and a curse, as it represents a choice not to interfere with the natural course of events. The story of the Silent Watcher is a meditation on the nature of wisdom and the burden of knowing when to act and when to remain still. Fact 120: the myth of the lost path speaks of a journey that leads beyond the realms of the known world. It is said that those who embark on this path are guided by the stars, walking a road that winds through the unseen realms and across the borders of reality. The lost path is a metaphor for the spiritual journey that the tarnished must undertake. It is not a path that can be walked by all, but for those who are chosen, it offers a glimpse into the deepest mysteries of the world and the true nature of the Elden Ring. It is a journey of transformation and discovery. Fact 121: above the lands between, the night sky stretches endlessly, a vast expanse filled with twinkling stars and hidden constellations. These stars are more than just distant lights. They are markers of the world's spiritual significance, each one representing a piece of the world's story. The stars are connected to the Elden Ring, their patterns a reflection of the divine forces that once shaped the world. At night, when the land is bathed in moonlight, the stars shine brighter, offering guidance to the lost and those seeking to understand the world's deeper truths. The night sky is a living map, forever unchanged yet full of secrets. Fact 122: the constellations above the lands between are not random. They are said to represent the struggles, victories, and losses of the gods, the demigods, and the world itself. Each constellation tells a story of great battles, divine decisions, and the intricate dance of fate that governs the land. Some constellations are associated with light and life, while others represent darkness and chaos. It is said that those who are attuned to the stars can read their patterns, unlocking hidden knowledge about the past, present, and future. The stars above the lands between are not merely for navigation, they are a cosmic reflection of the world below. Fact 123: the moon, with its soft, silvery glow, plays a significant role in the mythology of the lands between. It is a celestial body that holds power over the night, its light offering both illumination and mystery. The moon's cycle is believed to influence the magic and energy of the world, with its phases marking times of change and reflection. When the moon is full, it is said that the veil between the realms is thinnest, allowing for glimpses into other worlds. The moon's glow is a calming presence in the darkness, a symbol of hope amidst the shadows of the night. Fact 124: among the stars, one stands out above all others, the silver star. This star is said to be the embodiment of divine will, a guiding light that shines brighter than any other. It is said to represent the eternal balance between creation and destruction, light and dark. The silver star is both a symbol of hope and a reminder of the cosmic forces that govern the universe. Those who gaze upon it are said to receive blessings of guidance and clarity, as it offers a connection to the divine powers that once ruled the world, offering a glimpse of the greater forces at play. Fact 125: the night sky is not only a canvas of stars, but also a stage for the celestial dance that governs the universe. The movement of the stars and the shifting constellations are a reflection of the forces that shape the world. Some myths speak of a time when the stars themselves were more active, their movements dictating the fate of the world below. The stars were once believed to be the eyes of the gods, watching over the people of the lands between, guiding them with their light. Even now, though the gods may have faded, the stars remain, offering silent guidance to those who look up. Fact 126: the influence of the night sky is felt throughout the lands between, especially in the deep, quiet places where the stars shine brightest. The land itself seems to respond to the celestial energy, with the winds shifting, the waters flowing, and the earth shifting in subtle ways. It is as if the very world is in tune with the stars, a cosmic dance that shapes the natural world. The night brings a sense of stillness and reflection, where all things, be they celestial or earthly, are aligned in perfect harmony. The stars above are a constant reminder of the delicate balance that exists in the world. Fact 127: many of the inhabitants of the lands between look to the stars for guidance, seeing them as a source of spiritual connection and insight. In times of doubt or confusion, the stars are said to offer clarity, illuminating the path forward. Some believe that the constellations hold messages for those who are worthy to receive them. These messages are often cryptic, requiring interpretation and understanding. Those who can read the stars are seen as wise, their knowledge offering not only guidance, but a deeper understanding of the divine forces that influence the world and the fates of all those who live within it. Fact 128: the Elden Ring itself is thought to have a connection to the stars, as if the cosmic balance of the universe is mirrored in the world below. The celestial bodies above the lands between are said to be reflections of the Elden Ring's divine order. When the ring was shattered, the stars were thrown into disarray, and their patterns became chaotic. The stars, once symbols of divine will, now flicker with uncertainty, reflecting the fractured state of the world below. Yet, as the tarnished journey through the lands in search of the Elden Ring's fragments, the stars are seen as a sign that balance can still be restored. Fact 129: the moon's phases are believed to have a deep influence on the events that transpire in the lands between. During the full moon, it is said that the world is bathed in the purest light, illuminating the darkest corners of the earth. This is when the divine powers are strongest, and when the tarnished are said to be most attuned to the forces of the Elden Ring. The moon's light is also said to be a source of power for those who wield magic, with certain spells being stronger or more effective during specific phases of the moon. Its influence is subtle but profound. Fact 130: the stars above the lands between are also a reflection of the hidden forces at play within the world. They represent the balance between light and darkness, creation and destruction, good and evil. Some stars are brighter than others, their light burning with divine energy, while others are dim and flickering, their power uncertain. These stars are not just celestial objects, They are representations of the forces that govern the world, a reminder of the cosmic forces that influence the lives of all who walk beneath the sky. The stars are ever present, a constant reminder of the power of the universe. Fact 131: the ancient civilizations that once thrived in the lands between have long since fallen into ruin, their legacies reduced to fragments scattered across the land. These lost civilizations were once the heart of the world, their knowledge and wisdom shaping the early days of the realm. Now, their temples and monuments lie forgotten, overtaken by time and nature. Yet the remnants of their civilization still carry power. Their artifacts holding secrets of the Elden Ring's creation and the divine forces that once guided the world. To uncover these relics is to uncover the lost history of the world itself. Fact 132: the ruins of the ancients are more than just physical remnants of a past era. They are gateways to understanding the true nature of the Elden Ring. These structures, though crumbling and worn by time, still hold echoes of their creator's knowledge. The intricate carvings and inscriptions on the walls tell stories of gods and mortals, of celestial conflicts and divine interventions. As the Tarnished explore these ancient sites, they are not only seeking treasure, but also knowledge that could help them restore the Elden Ring. The ancients, as though gone, continue to shape the world through the wisdom they left behind. Fact 133: one of the most intriguing aspects of the lost civilizations is the mysterious connection they had with the stars. Ancient texts found in the ruins suggest that the ancients believed the stars were a direct manifestation of the Elden Ring's power. The constellations were seen as divine symbols, each one holding a specific meaning and guiding the fate of the world. These celestial bodies were not just lights in the sky, they were believed to be the eyes of the gods, watching over the world and guiding its inhabitants. The ancients' deep understanding of the stars speaks to their wisdom and their connection to the divine. Fact 134: the fall of these ancient civilizations was not simply the result of external forces, it was a consequence of their own hubris. The ancients, in their quest for power and understanding, sought to harness the forces of the Elden Ring itself. Their attempts to control these divine powers led to their downfall, as they inadvertently shattered the balance that kept the world intact. The ruins they left behind serve as a warning to those who seek to wield too much power, a reminder that even the greatest civilizations can fall when they forget the importance of balance and humility. Fact 135: among the lost civilizations are the remnants of the Great Kingdom, a once mighty empire that spanned the entirety of the lands between. The kingdom's rulers were believed to be directly descended from the gods, their power unparalleled in the mortal realm. However, as the kingdom's influence grew, so did its corruption. The pursuit of immortality and the desire for divine power led to a series of catastrophic events, culminating in the kingdom's collapse. The ruins of the Great Kingdom are some of the most haunting sights in the world, where the echoes of a once glorious civilization still linger in the crumbling stone. Fact 136: the Great Kingdom's fall is not just a tale of lost glory, it is also a story of betrayal and tragedy. As the kingdom's rulers sought to consolidate their power, they turned against their own people, believing that only through divine rule could the world be saved. Their actions led to widespread suffering, and the land itself began to wither under their oppressive reign. The Great Kingdom's downfall is a reflection of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the consequences of ignoring the needs of the people. The ruins of the kingdom stand as a silent reminder of the fragility of power. Fact 137. Scattered throughout the lands between are the remains of ancient libraries and scrolls, remnants of the wisdom that the ancients once possessed. These texts contain secrets of the Elden Ring, insights into the forces that govern the world, and knowledge of long lost magic. Though many of these texts have been lost to time, some still remain hidden, waiting to be uncovered by those who seek the truth. For the tarnished, these ancient writings offer a chance to understand the true nature of the Elden Ring, to learn from the mistakes of the past, and use that knowledge to restore balance to the world. Fact 138. The forgotten temples of the ancients, now overgrown with ivy and moss, are scattered throughout the landscape like hidden treasures. These temples were once places of worship and learning where the gods and mortals came together to commune with the divine. Now, these sacred sites are abandoned, their sacred rituals long forgotten. Yet in the silence of these ruins, there is still a sense of reverence. The air is thick with the weight of history, and it is in these forgotten places that the tarnished may find the answers they seek, answers that could hold the key to restoring the Elden Ring. Fact 139. The ancients also left behind strange, otherworldly structures, monolithic stones and towering spires that defy explanation. These structures are unlike anything seen in the modern world, their designs too intricate and advanced to have been created by mortal hands alone. Some believe these structures were built by the gods themselves, their purpose lost to time. These monolithic wonders are scattered throughout the lands between, standing tall and silent, waiting for those brave enough to uncover their secrets. Each of these structures holds a piece of the puzzle that, when put together, may reveal the true story of the Elden Ring and the gods that once ruled the world. Fact 140. Despite the fall of the ancient civilizations, their influence can still be felt throughout the lands between. The power of the Elden Ring, though shattered, remains embedded in the very fabric of the world, and the remnants of the ancients are the key to understanding its true nature. The land itself is a living testament to their legacy, with every ruined temple, every forgotten city, and every ancient artifact offering a glimpse into a time when the world was whole. As the tarnished search for the Elden Ring's fragments, they must also search for the lost knowledge that will guide them toward its restoration. Fact 141. In the lands between, the flame holds both power and symbolism. It is the light that guides, the force that sustains, and the warmth that nurtures. The Fire Keepers, guardians of the flame, play a pivotal role in maintaining the fire's presence in the world. These devoted individuals ensure that the flame never falters, even in the face of darkness and decay. The flame represents hope and the possibility of rebirth, reminding the people that, even in the most desolate times, there is always light to guide them. The Fire Keepers are the quiet sentinels, their vigilance a constant reminder of this light. Fact 142. The Fire Keepers are not just protectors of the flame, they are also its stewards, intimately connected to the fire's essence. Their task is not just to maintain the flame's physical presence, but to preserve its spiritual significance. The flame is a symbol of life itself, representing the cycle of birth, death, and renewal. The fire keepers are the custodians of this cycle, ensuring that the flame remains a beacon of hope for all who wander the lands between. Their devotion is unmatched, and their sacrifice is often quiet, for their role is one of eternal vigilance and care. Fact 143: the flames they tend are not always constant, and the fire keepers must often confront moments of uncertainty. There are times when the flame dims, when the world seems to be overtaken by darkness and chaos. During these moments, the fire keepers are the ones who must fight to reignite the light, sometimes at great personal cost. Their connection to the flame is both a gift and a burden, for to keep the fire alight means carrying the weight of the world's struggles. Yet in their quiet moments, the fire keepers find peace in the knowledge that their duty is one of immense importance. Fact 144: the fire keepers are often found in the heart of the lands between, near the sacred sites where the flame burns the brightest. These places are not only physical locations, but also spiritual sanctuaries, where the boundaries between the mortal world and the divine are thin. It is in these sacred spaces that the fire keepers perform their most important work, offering sacrifices and prayers to ensure the flame's continued existence. The sanctity of these places is undeniable, for they are where the divine presence of the Elden Ring is most tangible, a place where the divine light and mortal souls meet. Fact 145: the flame itself, while offering warmth and comfort, is also a reminder of the price of life. It is the light that sustains, but it also burns. The fire keepers understand this dual nature of the flame. They know that to protect the flame, they must be willing to make sacrifices, sometimes at the expense of their own desires or lives. The flame requires constant tending, and the fire keepers are bound by this duty. Their lives are defined by their relationship with the flame, their every action centered on ensuring its light does not fade, even when the world around them seems to crumble. Fact 146: the flame's light is not only physical, it also serves as a metaphor for the soul's journey. It represents the inner spark that drives all beings, a force that compels them to act, to seek, to grow. The fire keepers understand this on a deep, spiritual level. Their role is not just to tend to a physical flame, but to preserve the light within all beings, to guide those lost in darkness and bring them toward the light of the Elden Ring. In this sense, the fire keepers are not just keepers of a flame, they are keepers of hope, of purpose, and of renewal. Fact 147: the role of the fire keepers is often misunderstood. They are not warriors or rulers, they are quiet figures, their power derived not from strength, but from devotion and care. The flame they tend is not merely a source of warmth, but a symbol of the eternal cycle of life. They are the guardians of this cycle, ensuring that the flame continues to burn through the ages. Their work is one of patience, for they understand that the flame must be tended to not just in moments of triumph, but through times of darkness, decay, and loss. Their light is constant, even when unseen. Fact 148: the flame, while offering light, also casts shadows. The fire keepers are acutely aware of the darker aspects of their role. When the flame flickers and fades, they are the ones who must confront the darkness that follows. These moments are not without pain, for the fire keepers understand that with each flicker of the flame, there is the potential for destruction. Yet, in their quiet strength, they continue to serve, never abandoning the flame. It is this unwavering commitment that defines the firekeepers, for they are the ones who understand that the light is most precious when surrounded by the deepest darkness. Fact 149: the flame is both a blessing and a curse, and the firekeepers bear this dual burden with grace. In the light of the flame, there is life and warmth, but also an understanding that all things are temporary. The firekeepers know that the flame must eventually fade, just as all things in the world will eventually succumb to time. Their duty is to ensure that the flame remains as long as it is needed, providing guidance to those who seek it. They do not seek immortality. They seek to fulfill their duty to the flame and the world, knowing that this is their purpose. Fact 150: as the tarnished search for the pieces of the Elden Ring, they are often guided by the light of the flame, the steady glow that illuminates their path. The firekeepers, though silent in their service, are an essential part of this journey. Without their devotion, the flame would have long since extinguished, and the world would have been lost to darkness. The tarnished, in their quest to restore the Elden Ring, are not just seeking power, they are seeking the return of light, of balance, and of hope. The firekeepers, in their quiet grace, are the ones who keep that light alive. Thank you for drifting with me through the ancient stories and quiet struggles of the lands between. May the light of the Elden Ring, though fractured, guide your dreams, and may the grace of the firekeepers warm your heart. As the stars shine above and the flame flickers gently in the distance, may you find peace in the knowledge that even in darkness, there is always a path forward. Rest now. Let the quiet world of Elden Ring settle within you, and may your sleep be calm, your dreams filled with light. Good night.